Hello, I'm Crickets and welcome back to I Have a Story. I started bringing this report and I had to take a break because my eyes were fading out on me and I was having really bad vision problems, and I'm trying to bring this to you the best I can. And yesterday I had another victim call me who is another severe victim to the system wrongfully. When they called me and opened the letter and read it and were in tears, I bet you at least for an hour I felt like my chest was just caving in after that conversation, and this is so hard. I feel their pain, every single one of them. I'd mentioned when I started bringing this case to you why this man right here should not be prosecuting this case or any other case. Now I'm going to show you why. While these two judges are the ones who are under scrutiny right now and looked upon as the bad people, it does not mean they don't have valid points, and the things that they talk about, they really should be investigated. This is our court system, and I'm going to show you, even just in here, how severe these cases are. So this is and again, I'll link these every video I make about this, I will be linking in the description where you can get your own copies of this and read it in its entirety for yourself. Let's start with the text messages. Now these are text messages back and forth between the two judges. And I'm going to ask people, please like, share, subscribe, help me grow and get heard and get the protection I need for bringing these cases to the public. And these are things people need to be aware of. I had no idea how bad the court system operated till this report came out and how much is really going on behind the scenes. So we're going to see throughout this entire conversations between the two judges for a very long time period what they have to say about these people and what's going on. So it talks about here, if Stu, which is Stuart Spencer, if he doesn't sign the contract for the IVD money, which IVD money is funding through the state, from what I read, it comes through Health and Human Services. It's funding to pay more wages. It's supposed to be going towards uniting parents with their children, finding parents, paternity tests, educational services, which these people severely need to be educated. They obviously, it's obvious in here they don't know the laws or how the court system even works. I'll be making a separate video just on that. But he didn't sign the contract, and there's going to be more text messages about that in here. And of course, these judges, they're extremely worried about finances. Again, I think it's wrong that the judges are the ones who are forcing these payments by people, even illegal sums of money. In my case, over $40,000 illegally above and beyond the court calculator for child support. That is not an exaggeration. More than $40,000 above and beyond the legal calculator. Not because I played games, but because the other parties played games, committed felonies. Courts don't care. They just want the money. They don't care about the children. You're going to see even that in here. Here, we'll start next text message. We'll even show you. Now, I'm guessing Snow, because the conversations prior to this were talking about Stu. I'm guessing that spell check took over and changed Stu to Snow. And they're talking about F him. I'm going to hit him. Oh my God, the stuff that goes on here. This right here is severely shocking. I am going to be making a video specifically on what CSC 1 cases are. Unbelievable. But he refers to that as that stupid trial. These are sex crimes on children, and from what I looked up, 13 years and younger is what a CSC 1 case is. I'll be bringing that in another video because that is horrendous. He thinks that's a stupid trial, that minor children are having sex crimes against them, and he thinks that's stupid. And he's the prosecuting attorney. No wonder so many felonies just walk away. Murder. I'll be bringing that to you too, because the one person I cared about, the killer who breaking into elderly man's home at 73 years old in the middle of the night, trying to rob him and shoot and kill him. That's not murder here, but her name comes up twice in this report. And, I mean, they talk about he doesn't give a... Oh, my eyes are starting to fade. Hopefully I can stick it together with this. Right here. Other sex acts against minors in evidence today. Then had to get him to redraft his jury instructions. This is a joke. This is a complete joke in the system. They're talking about minor children, sex acts against them. And they play it like it's a game. Because children are really what's supposed to matter in our country, more above and beyond anything, right, as our children. They don't care. They've told me they don't care. I have recordings of them telling me they don't care. It's not their job to worry about the children, whether they're even still alive or not, whether they're being abused. They don't care. All they care about is fucking money. I've had it. But my eyes are struggling. I'm going to keep this on the screen, and hopefully you can read it on your screen. But look at all that they talk about with this prosecuting attorney. Whoa, he's actually working. We'll see how hard he works. Probably get a plea with simple assault because we don't actually want to try cases. We just want to do the bare minimal and just get him off our desk. Not show that there's any crime here. Again, he's so bad. I'm sure he did little to prepare. I feel bad for victims of these crimes because it takes a lot of prep work to get them ready, and he doesn't. You're going to see this over and over. He does not prepare cases. He's never ready. He's never on time. He's never dressed appropriately. How is this our prosecuting attorney? Advocates, the victim's advocate didn't show up. Can't fathom going to court not preparing for these things. I mean, this is, especially in a child sex crime case, he's not prepared. Ever in these statements, ever is he prepared. Now here's another one. I don't know who exactly this Fred is, but I'm guessing he's one of the attorneys. He's supposed to be in a court up north, which is like 2.5 hours away, give or take. Maybe even further than that without mapping it. He's supposed to be there at 10, but yet he's in a different court system at 9. This is a big problem. Again, prosecuting attorney, anybody who wants to file motions or go to trial should be punished harder because you want what is right. You want... Oh my God, this is insanity. You want things to be right. You want our streets safe. But these people don't care. And see how much I can't see my lines, my recording lines, so I'm not sure exactly where this is all lining up. And this is more of what they talk about him. He argues to punish someone harder in court because they went to trial. When you want justice, they don't want to do it. Here's some more about the Title 4D. He told Kelly to give it to him and sign because he doesn't know what he's supposed to do, but yet he's already done it before. And I can't read this. This is too big of a paragraph for my eyes to focus on. He doesn't know what he's doing, even though according to these judges, he's been doing it. And he's been in this position for a very long time, many years. He should know what the hell is going on, shouldn't he? Or is this guy completely incompetent? Is it legal to kill lawyers? I mean, this is great talk between judges, right? Again, talking about how trial's been scheduled for 8 months and the prosecuting attorney still isn't ready. He doesn't try anything anyway, because that's what a prosecuting attorney does, right? This reminds me of that movie, Law Abiding Citizen. We just plea everything out. Don't actually go to court and have to work. We don't care about the victims. We don't care about the children. All we care about is doing as little as we have to and getting away with it. And collecting our paycheck and having our privileged titles. That's why I talk so much about titles and paychecks. I don't know what's more my biggest saying. Titles and paychecks? What about the children? Or how screwed up these systems are. And there's more attorneys who don't do anything. It always seems like they both resent even having to be in the court. I mean, this is another big problem I see in these court systems. There is so much squabbling going on between the staff in the court systems. How can they even focus on their job? Why are they fighting amongst each other all the time? You're going to see that throughout this whole report. Constant bickering back and forth between the entire court systems and the personnel within. He ordered a juvenile be shackled to the DHHS building, which I know a victim whose child they tried doing that to. She's one of the people trying to help me with this case. I didn't know that until just a few days ago. He did this on record, and I can't even stand to look at him anymore. What a joke. Can't believe somebody would say that on record. There's nothing professional about this system at all. Uses WWE moves on Stuart and George. This tells you how much hatred there is in the system. They're talking about, want to fight these people. We want to physically abuse these people. Oh, he finally signed the contract. You know, they're worried about people getting paid and having money in the system. Well, he finally signed it. He can't ever remember signing one before, but I know he pushed him and had a meeting with Bruce today. Can't remember ever signing one. Even though, according to these judges, he has. And again, more talking about wage study and finances. Why are judges involved in that? That's a conflict of interest when they are the ones charging restitution. What did he do now? He's like a child, can't even stand to see his face. A few days ago, dropped off the Kelly to give it to be signed by Stewart. I gave to Hillary. Today stopped in and asked if I looked at it. I said, no, it doesn't have my name on it. It needs to be signed by you and the board. Does anybody know what's going on in these systems? Doesn't show up at the council meetings, which I can understand there being meetings within the staff to try to procure these problems. They're both effing useless. Walked in late again. I don't wait for them anymore. Screw the cases and the trials and the victims and the children, right? All we care about is fighting and squabbling amongst each other. Oh, he's not going to do his job. I'm going to screw his clients. This is wrong. This is complete. I cannot believe how disgusting this system is. What are we even doing? Neither had any input. Nobody's doing nothing. Don't have nothing together, right? Oh, look. Apparently they think the attorney forgot about the hearing again. Had to track him back down to the wonderful prosecutor's office again. His work has always been at malpractice level. Now, here's something else. It is up to these judges. It is their job that when this stuff is going on, the judges are supposed to step in and report these people. But here's what I really think is going on. I really believe that they all have so much dirt on each other that nobody wants to actually rat on the other person because then they're going to get ratted on in return. And from what I've seen throughout our system, what I've heard throughout my community, I have no doubt that that is the problem. The judges actually sound like they really care and want to make a difference in the system, but they don't. Because my assumption is they're just as guilty and other people know it, so you can't rat on people when you're going to get ratted on yourself. 40 minutes late for a jury trial is malpractice. Yes, it is. If you're the prosecuting attorney, how do you show up 40 minutes late for trial? He forgot he had a felony jury trial. I mean, this is a joke. This is our court system. It's a complete circus. Flannel shirt again today. What disrespectful douche. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, and happy a new year and a happy new year. Oh my God, you don't, I believe, Trump even did it to Zelensky. You do show up. I don't go to court unless I'm in a suit and tie. I've gone to court and people thought I was the attorney. Many times have thought I was the attorney because I have a briefcase, I have a suit, I have a tie, I look professional. That is how you're supposed to show up to court, but yet it don't matter in my case because no matter how professional you are, how much evidence you have, what evidence, no matter what you can prove, the only thing that is provable is you're a man and you are screwed and you're going to pay out the... That's it. That's it. Now they quit appointing George to kids' cases in abuse, neglect situations because they had too many complaints from foster parents. I've said this already, once people start complaining enough, then people care. They already knew this stuff was going on. They've been talking about it. But yet they let it just continue. And he's got 2 or 3 death cases. Nothing has happened. No motions. Nothing. These people aren't doing their job. Period. Oh my God, I got to stop and have another smoke because what this is doing to me, it's killing me. And I'm killing myself in the pain and misery of it all and finding out just how bad, why I'm getting screwed so bad, why my kids are getting screwed so bad, why our community is hurting so bad. When does the top pop? I've said that over and over. It is a complete shit show. Death cases for a guy who's known to just not be able to handle it. I hope you can read what's on the screen. It's unbelievable what they're talking about in here. Wanted me to clear the courtroom so he could talk to his client. You take your client, there's a room right off the courtroom that you take your clients to. I've been in it. I've talked to my attorney. That's where you go. You don't clear the courtroom. They've gotten away with practicing like this for so long. And they don't see anything wrong with it. I don't understand how him and Stewart aren't grieved every month. But yet they've been doing this for years. And the judge's job was to stop it. But they all allowed it to continue. That is another crime against the judges. When I tell you there are so many crimes involved in just this one case that's not getting investigated from what I've heard, from what I've seen, what people are talking about, this needs to be investigated. How is this guy the one trying this case when he's so incompetent? And these guys talk about it over and over in our community, and so many people have complained about it, even in the one previous text message I showed you that wasn't until victims started crying that they did something about it. These are some of the headlines that were pulled out of by the newspaper who reported the story. You can read what's on the screen, I'm sure. There's truth to all of this. But yet they're the ones still getting away with conducting all of this. How is this allowed to happen? Did you know that this is how bad our court systems are? And what is really truly going on behind the scenes? A bunch of squabbling, fighting, incompetence, people who don't know what they're doing, people who don't know the law, people who are lazy, can't show up for court on time as the prosecuting attorney, who can't dress appropriately or file motions or do anything right. This is just yet more crimes that are just in this one report. God only knows what else is going on behind the scenes. And I will say this over and over and over. What about the victims and what about the children?